Hello, and again, welcome to Bit Depth. I'm Santiago Ramones. Across from me is
Madelyn Amacher.
we went to the same high school, and I feel like our circles are like barely overlapping.
Yeah.
And I've been like seeing your stuff on like Instagram and stuff, and I'm like a fan of your stuff. So, but it's also like, oh hey, I know that girl.
Yeah,
So,
I know. It's kind of crazy.
So, who are you? What do you do?
Well, my name is Madelyn. I really just call myself a creative because I do a lot of creative things, like photography, first of all. I've done that for a while. And then more recently, I've always done music, but I've more recently put my music into the world for people to hear it. So, photographer, musician, like people, animal lover, like, you know, all the good things.
So I guess let's start with, well, which of these would you rather start with?
Man. We can start with photography since that's first in line anyway. Let's go with it.
Okay, so when did you start doing photography? I guess the like layman's photography and then like professional photography.
Right. I got my first like DSLR camera when I was 12. So So like that was like in middle school, but I mean back then I would just photograph like, you know, leaves and flowers and dogs and cats and not people. And then in high school I started doing like actual shoots, like, you know, making money from it, and then I stopped for a while. I think I just kind of burnt out. And then I think when I got into college, or it might have been my senior year of high school, I was like, oh, I should do that more. And I picked it back up, and I haven't really put it down since then. So just getting more involved in the community here and the music community, and like music photography is a big passion of mine. Yeah. And so, that's pretty much.
Why photography? Because it's like there are creative endeavors, but it's like photography versus doing art or versus doing, I mean, you still do music, but like what about photography kind of called you to it in a way?
Man, growing up, my mom always took pictures like all the time. She used to do scrapbooks for us, and like she's always had a camera, always taking photos. So I think that probably drew me to it a little bit. I don't really remember like why I started other than that, really. I mean, now my why is just like, I like to capture like emotion and candid moments, and not really like, of course I do poses and pose people for shoots, but my favorite thing that I could do pre-coronavirus was go to Ponyboy, the bar that's connected to Tower Theater here in Oklahoma City, and just like lurk in the shadows and just like take pictures of people when they didn't know. It kind of sounds creepy, but you really get to see like real emotion from people when they don't know a camera's pointed at them. And I really enjoy that. So that's what I like to do. That's why, I guess. Yeah.
And I guess the real emotion from people, you can get that a lot with shooting like live shows and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like how did you get started doing live show photography?
In high school, actually, there was a country band called Lower 40. They were a little bit older than me. And I would like, I don't even know when I really started shooting them, but I started going to their shows and taking pictures, and like they would get me into bars to shoot. Like I was literally 18, but I mean, I wouldn't drink or anything. I just get in just to take pictures. And so that's kind of where that started initially. And then I didn't really do as much music photography for a while. But then I just, man, I don't know. I guess in the last few years, just kind of became more interested in it and wanting to shoot like bands that I knew and loved, and like maybe smaller bands that are touring that play at smaller venues. That's more my thing too, is like shooting at smaller venues like Ponyboy or even Tower Theater, where it's more of an intimate experience. I like that, like where the crowd can really interact with the performer. Like I don't really want to go photograph Taylor Swift at the BOK Center. Sure. You know, that's just not, that'd be cool. But I just think there's just something special about those like smaller, intimate crowds that you can really see the connection. Yeah. So, yeah.
So then do you, I mean, obviously it's you prefer like doing the live shows and candid moments, but how does that compare to like doing kind of the professional photography thing, posing people and stuff like that?
I think that you can still get, like, of course, if you're doing headshots, like headshots are going to be headshots. That's going to be posed. But if I'm doing like a portrait session with like a couple or a family, I think that you can, my goal is always to still get those candid moments. And just like, I tell people, I'm like, we can do a home session and y'all could just be, for all I care, you could be making some pancakes in the kitchen and I'll just pretend like I'm not here. Like, I know it's kind of hard, but like just them doing things they do normally to like bring out sides of them that maybe not everyone usually sees, you know? So I'm definitely always trying to get it to be more organic in my shoots.
Yeah. But I feel like that's something with like different photographers that I've done stuff with. It is difficult to like break past that kind of social barrier of like, pretend I'm not here, but I am here.
Yeah, but I know.
And I need you to like turn or stuff like that. Like, what's kind of the stuff that you use to like break through those walls?
I mean, everyone's different, you know. Some people are a lot more comfortable than other people, and I think that something that I feel like helps a lot is if it's not just like, if someone's getting their pictures done by you and it's just one person, maybe if they like bring their friend along or something. I think if someone has even someone to interact with that's like off camera, that can help them be more like chilled out and not just feel like they're just standing there and this camera's pointed at them and they're like, do I smile? Like, what do you want me to do? You know?
Yeah.
I think having a third party involved is like helpful for that. Or like doing the couple shoots is always really fun. Like I did one the other week and they were really chill and like we're down to do whatever. I was like, okay, chase each other around the apartment. And they were like, okay. Like then they played Yahtzee in some of the shots. Like, you know, just simple little things. Yeah. So
what's kind of your more common photo shoot? Is it just like portraits or do you do weddings as well? Or
I would say mostly it would be portraits. I have shot weddings. They're just a lot, a lot of pressure, and I just don't. I'm always down to second shoot a wedding. Like that's pretty much that's good for me. Like I'll be the second shooter, and the main photographer can edit my photos and do whatever they want with them. But having all that pressure on me to capture like a moment like that is just oof. Yeah, it's a lot. So I definitely prefer portrait sessions or live music or band promos or things like that. That you can redo if you have to, you can't redo a wedding. So
I guess you could do one like on a later date or something and just pretend that it's the wedding
you
day.
Definitely
could. How has COVID affected all of that?
Really, I think people obviously got super wigged out about the whole thing. Rightfully so, and didn't really want to be around anybody that they didn't have to be around. So definitely I didn't do shoots for a while, and definitely with live music, there's not live music. Yeah. I mean, we're starting to see it a little bit at outside venues, but that was just done for a while, so definitely took a hit there for sure. And it was pretty silent for a while. I'm seeing it definitely pick back up now. So that's really great. But yeah.
Do you feel like the small amount that is kind of popping back up, do you feel like they're doing it right and kind of still trying to make the distancing thing? We're also in Oklahoma, which is like bad about everything. So
Are you talking about with photo shoots?
Well, like I guess live music.
Live music,
but then also you taking pictures of that.
Yeah, I think the live music, the shows I've been to have been, either Scissortail Park where that they have a lot of room to just spread out there, and I think that's a good safe place to do that. Or I went to a show at the Speakeasy, which is a little bit more tighter, But I think people are doing what they can, and I definitely think that the U.S. in general should have just taken it more seriously in the beginning. But we didn't, and we haven't, and so I there's only so much you as one person can do. So I don't know.
Yeah. Since you kind of mentioned some of the different places around, what are some of because I had to think about this. Like, I did a photo shoot recently, and I'm going to be doing another one soon. And it's like, where do I even take pictures? What are your favorite spots? And you don't have to reveal your secret ones.
Oh no, I don't really have any secret ones, I don't think. You know, that's hard. That's something I've been having an issue with lately, is just being over Oklahoma. Just like, I don't know. I've already shot up and down this whole place, I feel like, you know, and I mean, I've gone out to the Great Salt Plains a couple of times and taken pictures, and that's really cool. That's a phenomenal place. I would really like to go to Little Sahara. I think that's what it's called. I've never been out there. I'd like to shoot out there. I mean, around the city, it's hard. I don't really have a go-to spot anymore, you know, like just trying to find little like nooks that I've not noticed before to shoot at, or just shooting at people's houses. That's indoor home shoots. So those are really nice if they have it decorated cute and fun. Like that's definitely easier than like walking around downtown like, oh, here's another, you know, dilapidated building. Let's try it. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing for me too. It's like, well, downtown, because that's the spot. And it's like, here's Myriad, here's Scissortail, here's, and that's kind of it.
Right.
Yeah. There's also, I mean, surprisingly, there's a lot of like nature reserves, like national parks in Oklahoma. And so those are probably good ones to go to.
Yeah, like going to the Wichitas is always fun too. Like you can get some really pretty shots there too. I've shot there a few times.
Yeah.
So
is there anything else that so this is, I'm trying to pay attention to you while formulating the next question.
Yeah.
So what's kind of the nitty-gritty thing about doing photography that you feel like, you know, all that people see is the photos afterwards, but what's like the little things in between that's like super hard work and super detailed that you kind of pride yourself on?
Yeah. I definitely like overshoot real bad, which is fine. I just don't want to miss anything. So I pretty much keep my camera on like the high speed shutter like mode. So it's just like over and over, and it's like, ooh. So I will end up with like, you know, 1,000 photos or something. That's like pretty low, but I could end up with like 1,000 from a shoot or something, you know, and then going home and you have to look through, and a lot of them are like the same photo over and over, but you're like, maybe their eyes are closed in this one, or they're doing something weird with their mouth in that one. So going through and like finding the good ones and weeding out the bad ones, that gets really tedious. But editing too takes a lot of time, and making sure like the skin tones look right, and the shadows and the highlights, and you know, there's just so much you can do. And also keeping in mind like what your client wants and like the style that they want. You kind of hope that they hire you for your style, but then sometimes they don't. I always tell people, I'm like, I'm like, let me know if you need anything re-edited, because but sometimes people don't realize that they shouldn't re-edit a photo, like a photographer's photo. And I'm like, I like to say that it's kind of like if you were to buy a painting and then come home and scribble on it and then say like, oh, love this painting I just got from so-and-so. And this person's thinking like, I didn't scribble that there. Like, you know, it's just, you got to think of it in that perspective. Like, I'm giving you some art. Like, it's, if you're going to tag me and represent me, it needs to represent me the correct way. Yeah. So, but that was kind of off topic, but we got there somehow. But anyway, those are probably the little nitty gritty things about photography. So.
You've also been doing like some self-portrait stuff as well. How does that compare to shooting other people and being on the other side of the camera while still operating the camera?
Yeah. I like doing self-portraits a lot, but it's very limited. I don't have a tripod, so I just like stack books and like random objects to get my camera where I want it to be, and that can be really annoying, getting it like leveled correctly, and oh my gosh. But my camera actually like uses Wi-Fi to connect to my phone, so I can control it from my phone, and I can see it and everything, which makes it really, really helpful. But I do like photographing myself because like it's me. So there's a bug trying to attack me.
I know.
I'm like, it's like coming into my eye. So I can be a lot more chill and like do whatever I want and experiment in different ways, then maybe ways I wouldn't be comfortable with another person taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
So I do like it, but I definitely need to upgrade my gear to do better, you know?
Someone buy Madelyn a tripod.
Yeah. Help.
Okay, then switching to music. How did you start in music?
I have written like poetry, poems since elementary school.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I would just like start a song and then not be able to finish it and just be like, oh, unfinished song. And then I got to a point where I was like, oh, maybe I'm just like writing poetry. So then I just started writing poetry for a long time. And then high school, I would write songs, and I took a year of piano lessons. And just kind of went from there. Usually if I get my heart broken, that's when you get the good stuff, you know? Yeah. So, been through a couple of those. I wrote some good songs, and then I hadn't really met the right people to really bring my music to life until this year. I guess last year I met them, but everything started happening this year. And, that's been just really cool. I'm really grateful to know my producer, Garrison Brown. He's helped me a lot. And I have really bad stage fright and really like recording fright. Like, I don't know. I remember the first time we recorded, I was like, oh my gosh, like my hands are so sweaty. Like I just like, I couldn't chill, but now I could do anything. I don't even care. Like he's my best friend, and it's great. So that's kind of how that came about.
Yeah. I do feel like the role of producer is like, maybe 50% music and then like 50% psychology. And it's just like working with the other person to get the best stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So I guess your heart space is your stuff. So like what is your vision? What is the producer stuff? How does that kind of like interplay with it? Because it does seem like there's a lot of artists that have like the name, but then it's pretty much also like a collaboration with the producer. So like, how is your music, you and him together, and what percentage, I guess?
Right. I came in with a lot of songs that I had already written and had the like piano chords too, but I know chords on the guitar, but I can't really play guitar. So I'm pretty limited instrument wise. So I would just come in with my chords and my songs and be like, all right, this is what I have. Like you build a track around this. And then I'd be like, I have a whole, playlist on Spotify that's like ideas for heart space and like songs and the feel I want. And so we would just like pick a few songs, be like, okay, like this sounds kind of cool. And then kind of make something similar, But then lately when we've been writing together, it would be like me just being like, hey, like I think I can write something tonight. Like I feel like something's here. It's under the surface. So if you can like make me a track, and then he'll build the track, and then we'll just loop the track, and then I'll just write and loop it until the whole song. I mean, my next single that's going to come out, which I don't even have a date yet, but that's how that one came about. We wrote it in 2 hours. Like,
well, this will probably come out in like November because I have a huge backlog. So maybe it'll be out by then.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so.
So, I mean, what do you want to sound like? What is heart space? Yeah, I guess what is heart space?
Well, I'll tell you the meaning of heart space. We'll start there. So I came up with heart space because of the word headspace and thinking about like that being a place where you like, I don't know the actual definition of headspace, but like you hold your thoughts, like thinking the headspace you're in, how you feel about something, maybe, I don't know. But I'm much more of like a feeler and operate more off of my heart and my emotions, I think, than maybe my thoughts.
Yeah.
And so I thought heart space, like the saying was like heart space where the feels live, or like where emotions are never too much. Cause that's something I struggle with is I am a lot, and that's not a bad thing, but I think that I feel like I'm too much for some people, or just too much in general. And like, I don't want other people to feel that way. So I want my music to be a place where it's like safe to feel it all, like there's no limit, like there's no ceiling to what you can feel. Like just feel it out for as long as you want. Like no one's going to judge you. Like that's kind of what that is. So,
yeah. What, I mean, you're putting out singles. Is it an album or so like, what was the recording process like? You kind of mentioned the like recording fright, but then now you have it done.
Yeah. We're still working on like building. We have a bunch of different like songs started. But we have a couple more, one that's getting mixed and mastered, and then one that is pretty close to being done. And then hopefully we're going to do an album. I haven't decided. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do an album. I was like, should I do EP or an album? I have enough to do an album, so I kind of feel like I should just do it.
Yeah.
And this album that will be coming out whenever it comes out. No idea when. It's a collection of songs all about one person, which might seem a little bit extra, but you know, that's how I do things. But it's more than just like songs in an album to me. I think it's like going to be closure for me from that situation.
Yeah.
And just getting it all down and like out of me and into the world so that other people can be able to relate to maybe emotions I felt in that situation that I was in. And then, yeah, I think it'll be a really good thing whenever it happens. It's just like a lot more to go before it's done. So
yeah. Didn't you record at Cardinal's Song?
I didn't record there, but Michael Trepanier has been mixing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's cool. He's awesome.
Yeah. I learned from him when he taught at ACM. So,
really? That's cool. Yeah.
He's actually been on the podcast. So.
Oh, nice.
He's great. I love his stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess, what do you want people to, because it's one thing to kind of make it for yourself, but what do you want people to get out of the album or whatever your stuff that you're putting out? I
think that all I can hope is that it makes them feel something, like, because anything, I don't care if it's good or bad, just you feel something, because I'm like, my favorite songs are the songs I listen to in the car and you like hear a lyric and your whole body gets goosebumps and you're like, yes, like that's it. I'm going to be listening to this on repeat for a little bit. Like, I want that for people when they hear my music, because it is, I mean, everything in my songs that I write, I don't make any of it up. Like every word is something that happened, you know? So it's like super raw, super real. And that's how I always want it to be. And so I just hope that people can like feel that. From my music. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. With the singles that you've put out already, do you feel like people are receiving it kind of how you wanted?
Yeah, I think especially with my first single, Candles, that went way better than I thought it could have. Like, I didn't expect that. So, yeah, I think people have been super receptive of it. And like, I had a girl, like when I released Candles, some girl from like Hawaii was like messaging me like, I love your song. Like I'm in Honolulu, or I don't know if she's in Honolulu, she's somewhere in Hawaii. And I was like, Hawaii, like what? And then she's on her Discover Weekly, and was it Discover Weekly or Release Radar? I can't remember. One of the ones that you get. And so that's been cool. Like the second single didn't really do as much. I'm like, part of me is just like, let's just take it off. But my producer's like, no, like Text Back is good, but it didn't drop at midnight on Spotify. I don't really know what happened. I don't know if that has anything to do with how it performed. I also didn't like put as much money into the advertising as I did Candles. It wasn't my first debut single, you know, it just wasn't as hyped. And so I think that's probably a lot of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's got like 1,000 streams, and Candles is like almost at 25,000. So I'm like, what happened here? Sure. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a large part of doing music doesn't involve music at all. And it's just like advertising and marketing and putting all the stuff together. So like, how do you kind of balance the like, all right, I've like birthed this thing that is music, and now I have to like tell people about it. How do you approach your like marketing?
Right. I think it helps that I'm a photographer, because I like have that creative direction in my mind. And I have a friend named Daniel who he's a photographer, and he's been helping me out a lot with like photography. For Candles, little Brittany on Instagram, Brittany Phillips. I think that's her last name. Yeah, she did the first shoot for candles and killed it. It was awesome. And then Daniel's been helping me out. We've got a cool, like, he's like, buy me dinner and I got you. And I'm like, I can do that. I can buy you dinner. So I've just been really grateful to have been surrounded by creative people, and they've been really gracious to help me. And yeah, so it's kind of like a vision that lives in my head that I just have to like build a team to like make it happen. And I think we've done pretty good at that so far, but there's definitely more bigger ideas in the future, that I want to conquer. So
yeah. Do you want to do a music video?
Yeah, for sure. I would love to do a music video for the next single, Stay Away. I actually talked to someone about that recently. I emailed him and told him the idea, which, I told him, I was like, I've never done a music video, so I don't even know what to expect for any of this. So like, here's the idea. It was literally like a vision I had while driving. So like, this is it. It's not super complex.
Yeah.
Just let me know. So he's busy this week, I think. So he is going to get back to me later and talk about the details. So maybe happening one way or another. I want to make it happen. So
yeah. All this stuff also costs money.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you can't make money off of music immediately anyways.
No.
And so
I think we've made like $70 off candles. So I'm like, cool. Spotify gave us $70. Yeah. Which isn't a lot at all, but I mean, it's better than zero. So, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. But I mean, there is something, well, kind of going to my further train of thought, there's something to say about like having stuff out and people to flock to it rather than just like quietly stewing away and like, so that's kind of how I've been feeling for a while.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But I guess changing topics, I don't know, I'm putting two questions in my head. So how do you feel about the Oklahoma music scene as you've like done a lot of photography for it, but then you're also putting yourself into it now too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's been cool, like being on the photographer side of it and knowing the musicians in Oklahoma City and connecting with them before I ever really became part of them, because like, and I already have these friendships and relationships built with these people. Though I did start it at a very weird time, which actually worked well for me because of my stage fright. I was like, great, I can put out music and I don't have to perform. Awesome. Like, great. We love this. So, I mean, I haven't got to really like experience the music scene for myself just because of COVID. But yeah, it's been cool to be able to be involved with them. And then they've all been really supportive too, seeing me do my own thing, I like the scene here, the music scene here, the creative scene here. I mean, I feel like for the most part, they're all really inclusive and it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Do you have like plans for like what your live show would be like?
Yeah. We've had some ideas about doing like an outdoor show somewhere, or I mean, ideally, and in my ideal perfect world, I would love to my first heartspace show to just be at Ponyboy. That would be that'd be the dream. But Ponyboy's not open. I know Tower just had their first show back since COVID, but there hasn't really been any talk about Ponyboy opening. I don't think it's a good idea for Ponyboy to be opening. I mean, it's like shoulder to shoulder in there on weekends. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I know Chad, the CEO of Tower, and he works there and he's cool. So I could always chat with him more about plans in the future, but it's kind of, unknown at this point.
There's also live streams. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
Considered it, but I don't know. It's its own kind of beast anyways.
Right.
What's something that you wish you had known before, like that you've picked up along the way after putting out your music that you wish you had known beforehand?
That's a good question. Man, I don't know. I think with music, it's been hard to really get like the vocal sound that you want. Like I'm really hard on myself. Like I don't think I'm not that great of a singer personally. Obviously there's just amazing singers in the world. So like for me as a vocalist, I'm like, ugh. I mean, I will do like 20 redos. I'll be like, one more time. No, like one more time. I got it this time. No, I swear next time it'll be better. And Garrison's like, Madelyn, the last 5 were the same. And I'm like, no. So like him and I trying to get that sound has been kind of difficult, and I think it's going to change a lot over time, and I think that's kind of normal anyway. Probably. I mean, I was talking to him about genres, and sometimes I'm like, am I in the wrong genre? Like, was I supposed to be like more singer-songwriter to like chill? Like, was I not supposed to be poppy? But then it's like, think about Taylor Swift. Do you know how many genres she's just like kind of just, I feel like she was country, and then she was pop, and then she just kind of, now this last album is more like almost not country, but it's not as poppy as her ones before. So I don't really know what I wish I would have known. I guess it would be cool if it would have just been like the perfect like vocal sound from the get-go, but like it's just a lot of tweaking and perfecting to get that sound. So
oh yeah, I forgot to ask this question. Who are like some of your biggest influences? You've kind of already mentioned Taylor Swift several times, but I don't know if that's actually.
I actually haven't even listened to her new album because I think I don't want to. I've listened to part of it. I think that I always hate when I listen to a song and I'm like, oh, I could have written that. I could have written it.
I do that all
and
the time.
So I stayed away from her new album because I was like, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna be angry that I didn't write that song. But no, I mean, I've liked her for a long time. I've not followed her as closely in recent years. I feel like we're similar in the ways of like, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm like a songwriter like Taylor Swift, but like writing about heartbreak and feelings and stuff like that's, I definitely do that. But I don't know if you ever heard of Chelsea Cutler.
Rings a bell.
She's, I don't know what you would call her. I guess I would call myself like indie synth pop. Maybe she's kind of the same vibe. Or like Muna is a cool group, or the Aces, or what's another one? And then, well, my favorite band is Lainey, but that's a guy singing, not a girl. But I like Lainey a lot. Yeah. Just like indie synth
influences are influences.
Vibes.
So.
yeah, just that kind of a vibe. So
yeah. What advice do you have for people for either photography or music, kind of in general?
Man, what advice do I have? Just like, if you're interested in being more creative, I think you just got to go for it. You don't, you can't really plan it all out and like dream about it. You should just jump in and just do it, you know?
Yeah.
And with photography, like there's a bunch, especially if you're in Oklahoma, there's so many different creative photographer people that would like gladly take you under their wing and like do a mentor shoot or, you know, I mean, the gear costs a lot of money, so you're gonna have to save up for that. That's gonna suck. But Bedford is awesome. New word. It's awesome. You can, you know, rent lenses, rent cameras from there. They're really cool. They're great there. And then music, like I feel like I'm the one who needs the advice. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think just like be yourself and like be open and be vulnerable. Like that's me in everyday life though. Like that's just who I am. It's just like completely myself. So, and I think people connect with that too, with music especially. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Hard questions.
Okay, hard questions.
Here we are. What is the role of spirituality or religion in your life?
I would say I'm a pretty spiritual person. I was baptized Catholic and and I went to the Catholic church till I was like in 4th grade, and then we stopped going to Catholic church. And then in 6th grade, I met my friend Juliana and started going to this Nazarene church, like discovered worship, was like, wow, never done this before. That was great. Like loved it. Went there all through high school, went to Southern Nazarene University for a year and a half, went through a really bad heartbreak. Also, at the beginning of my freshman year of college, was depressed. And my parents got divorced when I was 18. See, I told you, I'm like an open book. I will just keep rattling off these things. But it was a lot at once. And I think that played a big role in my relationship with Christianity and like God. But I haven't quite recovered from that one. I think I'm holding a grudge. I haven't really delved into that to figure that one out. But I have a lot of like super Christian friends that are like super accepting and loving and non-judgmental. And that's my problem with Christianity and going to a private Christian college was that all it was judgment and like shoving it down your throat. And I'm like, I just don't want to be that person that looks at a non-Christian and is like, I'm a Christian. And they're like, oh shit, like a Christian, like you're going to convert me later. Like, I just struggle. I can't figure that one out. And I think Christianity has ruined, done a lot of damage to like God and the relationship people can have with God just because people have gotten into churches and religion and like just decided they have all the power and decided who is and isn't worthy of being saved. And that's where I think it's gotten really messy. And that was never the purpose, like in my own opinion. So I'm much more like spiritual. Like I like astrology and like I mean, that's not really the same thing, but I don't know. I think more spiritual than anything. I'll pray sometimes if I really, really feel like I need to pray about something. But
well, you mentioned God, and everyone always segues into my questions really well.
Yeah.
What is your definition of God?
I don't think I know. I think that I'm trying to figure that one out too, because I think I've always thought of him as this just like thing in the sky, just up there, listening, looking, watching, chilling. But I don't really know. I don't think about it that much. I feel like more so like God is just the universe and like the flowers and the wind and the sun and the sunsets and the rain. Like, I mean, I know for myself that there is a God because there's too many things in the world that are just unexplainable to me that like there has to be something else. But really, I haven't really gone down that journey in a while because I was like, I'm going to just stay over here for a bit.
That's okay. This one's hard and it's okay if you don't even answer it. What is free will and do you believe in it?
Free will, like getting to make your own decisions. Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that we all have it. I haven't really ever been asked this question or discussed this with anybody, so I don't really know the opposing views. Sure. But I mean, I think if we're talking about religion and then we're talking about sin, I feel like if we didn't have free will, then maybe less of it would happen. I mean, we're able to make our own decisions. We're able to make the right choice and we're able to make the wrong choice. So, yeah, I guess I believe in it. Sure. I don't really know. It's a confusing question, but yeah.
We'll talk about that more later then.
Yeah.
What happens when we die?
I hope we go to a nice place because I'm terrified of death. So, it terrifies me. But I don't know really what happens. I mean, it would be really cool if we were like reincarnated. That'd be cool. I think for me personally, I think we go to heaven the whole heaven or hell thing. I struggle real hard. I'm like, because it's just the whole sin thing. And then people thinking that, like, to be really straightforward, like some Christians thinking that like gay people are going to hell. And I'm like, I straight up can't get on board with that one. I'm sorry. No, like, so I don't know. I think I almost just don't even touch that because I'm like, that's not my place. Like, that wasn't even really a question, but I think we go to heaven and I hope it's nice. And I hope we're all going to be okay because that's what I want for everyone. Sure.
Yeah. No, that's good. How do you determine what good behavior is?
I think it's just all relative, like to your own opinion, I guess. I mean, obviously, I think there's some things that's just obviously if you're going to be a serial killer, that's maybe not a good behavior. I think it just comes down to your own internal morals, though. And I think that maybe some people were raised different and they don't have the same morals as you. They might not think that stealing some gum from the store is as bad as you. I don't know. Like, I think it really is relative for me. Like, I think I have a good moral compass and I know when something is right and something is wrong. And like, definitely there are times where I just make the wrong decision because it sounds more spicy. But, you know, like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that answered the question, but
yeah. You're an adult. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
How do we reduce the division?
Division. Can you elaborate?
I usually frame this question more politically, but it does seem that like the political division is kind of a like front for a kind of greater division that is just
for
like
sure.
people not caring about each other. So how do you make people care about each other?
Yeah, I don't know, because to me, caring about other people is like breathing. Yeah. So if you don't care about other people, I'm just a little, I don't know. Like, how do you just not give a shit? Blatantly just be like, nope, I'm the only one that matters. So sorry about you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one because I've always said, like, I like that we don't all think the same way. If you thought the exact same as me and everyone else, oh God, like that would be so boring. Yeah. We would have nothing to talk about because we would all think the same thing. So like, and I feel like that's how a lot of people think is like, oh, you don't think like me? Like you're wrong. Like you need to understand my side. You need to think like me. And it's like, why are we fighting about that? Come on. Yeah. Let people be who they want to be, who they were born to be, and just like love them because of it. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. So I don't know how we fix that, but I sure wish we could figure that out. Yeah.
Well, I guess a way of figuring what makes you care about another person.
I don't know. I feel like it's like an initial thing for me. I love new people. And I'm like, the second I meet them, I'm like, what's your name? What's your zodiac sign? What's your personality type? What's your love language? What's your Enneagram? Like, I just want you to, my goal meeting a new person is always to get them to tell me the thing they don't want to talk about. I'm like, sure. Let's hear it. Like, what's the thing you're holding on to? You're not telling anyone. Like, I want to hear it. Let's go. And I don't know. That's just always been a thing for me. So I don't know. It just like I am really extroverted, like 90th percentile of extroversion. So that could have like something to do with the fact that I'm so intrigued by other people. But I don't know. I think it just depends on what you've gone through too. Like, what if people have been like burned by friendships and like burned by people so many times, or like they didn't grow up in a good family, and so they literally don't have the capacity to give a shit about anyone but themselves. You know, like that could definitely play a big role in things. Like it's people just being afraid to give a shit. Yeah. You know? I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to catch the bug.
I know. I still haven't. He's just like lurking.
Let's see, where was I on the list? A very important one. Do you believe humans are evil by nature? Got to take a sip of water for that one.
Yeah, I don't normally drink water, but I've made it my only option today. So here we are. No, I don't think that we're evil by nature. I think it goes back to having free will. I think you can choose. Do I think people can be born with psychological, like, you know, issues that not necessarily make them evil, but maybe make them act a certain way that isn't acceptable towards other people, or, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I think people can have deeper issues. I don't think that, I don't know. I don't think that we're just evil. No, I don't think so. I think that we've made a lot of bad choices and that there's definitely been evil, because I don't think there can be good without bad. Like, you have that contrast, you know, like, how would you know something was good, or how would you know something was happy if you've never been sad? Exactly. Like, you wouldn't know. You just feel the same. Yeah. Right. So like, yeah, like, there's definitely evil in the world, but I don't think that human beings were created, obviously, to be evil. Like, if we believe that there's a God, I don't think that was his intention. Sure. But I think that's...
I like that. What do you think humanity is heading towards in the future?
I don't know. I'm scared.
I think we all are.
Oh, gosh. My friend Sophie, she's like super Christian, very like in tune with God. Like, they have discussions often, and like, it's hard for me to understand because I don't do that. But like, she'll be like, yeah, like, talk to God today, and like, blah, blah, blah. And like, the other day, she said she had a nightmare about a fire, like the world being on fire. And I told her, I was like, I don't want you to tell me. Like, I straight up don't want to know. She's like, okay, just know that like, if the world is burning, follow me. And I was like, okay, like, I will follow you. But then she's like talking about how like in her dream it started in California, and that's where the freaking fires are right now. And I'm just like, I can't. Like, I'm just thinking about the end of the world, or the end of my life, or the end of people I know's life. Like, that's the part where the heaven thing confuses me, because there's a lot of Christians that are like, oh, it's fine if I die tomorrow. Like, I'm going to heaven. Like, oh, yay, heaven. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to go right now. Like, I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to like go on tour. I want to, all these things I want to do. I want to see the world. Like, I'm not ready for that. Don't end it now. Just wait a little longer. So like, I don't know what we're headed towards, but I hope it's better than now, because we are really fucking it up right now. We are straight up and I probably should do more about it, but it's like, I don't know what to do, you know, like, it's hard as one human being to be like, let me just undo all this shit. Yeah. You know? So anyway, that was a whole tangent.
We're trying our best.
Yeah.
What are you optimistic about for our future? That's why I put that question right afterwards.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Optimistic. I mean, there are good people in the world, and kind people who do care and want to have meaningful connections with each other. And like, I have a lot of good friends, and I'm thankful to have people that care about me and are positive influences, and people I can lean on when I'm having a hard time. And like, I'm optimistic for me personally, just making more like meaningful connections with people, and being able to like, actually, I've never left the country. So like, traveling and meeting people in other countries, which this is how extroverted I am. I like pay for Tinder Plus so that I can just swipe in other countries in the world. Not even for like romantic, like I just want to be friends. I'm like, let's like, tell me. And it's just funny, like doing it, especially over like COVID, like the first question people be like, so how's the pandemic there? Just like, it, as sad as it was, like, this is a tangent I'm going on, but as sad as it was as being all like, you know, separated and in quarantine, it was something that we all were going through. It was like uniting us while we were apart, like somehow, you know? So that was cool. So I'm hopeful just to like, you know, make more meaningful connections. And that's, I think,
that's awesome. What makes you content?
I think I really like being around people. So like, if I'm feeling down and I go like spend time with my friends, usually I'm like refueled. It's the extrovert in me. And I think I would be more content if I I mean, I still live at my dad's house. So if I was more like autonomous on my own and felt like, I could do the shit on my own, that would help. I think that would make me feel more content. But we're working on it, like it takes everyone different times, and I have to remember that. So, but yeah, just like surrounding myself with good people and being creative makes me feel content. Yeah.
Awesome. When will you be satisfied?
Man, I don't know. I don't think that we should ever be just satisfied. Like, I don't think that we should be like yearning for more and like deprived, but like, I think it's always good to strive for more. I don't think the goal is to get to a point where you're just like, okay, like, all right, that's all. I'm done now. Like, it's always constantly chasing something more, not like wear yourself out or wear yourself down, but striving to do more. And I think that's something that I've missed too, is I like definitely look forward to things, even if it's simple things. Like before pre-COVID, I would go, I like to say BC, before COVID. I would go to the Pump and Ponyboy every weekend. The Pump, 10 p.m., Ponyboy, midnight. I mean, like clockwork, me and my friends every weekend. No, not anymore. And that was just something simple that like I knew at the end of the week, I was going to see all my friends. I was going to photograph at Ponyboy, like, and that was going to be it. And that was going to bring me joy. And that would wrap the week up. But now it's been like, oh, okay, what do I have to look forward to? Like, I don't have to do anything tomorrow. It's like, I'll sleep. Like, Anyway, I keep going on tangents.
No, I like tangents. It makes my job easier.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people in general?
Be kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. do that, because it doesn't, I know like it can be scary to talk to a new person or intimidating to go up to somebody and like compliment them, but I'm like, you know what, if you're like thinking you're at like a coffee shop and you're like, the person has some really that person has good style, like why don't you go tell them? Should you go up there and be like, hey, like just want to let you know, like I really like your shoes or something. Like, just if we all just took time to just be a little more kind every day, I can't see one thing wrong with that. So yeah.
And lastly, potentially most importantly, cake or pie?
Pie. Definitely pie.
And then the corollary to that is, what is best pie?
Oh man, what pie do I like? I really like cherry pie with like some like heated up with some ice cream on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely would be my choice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Madelyn, thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Where can we find you and your things?
You can find Heartspace at It's Heartspace on Instagram, or just Heartspace on Spotify, all lowercase, one word. And then photography, you can find at itsmads.photos on Instagram, or I think it's just itsmadsphotos.com. I think that's what it is. I changed it. I literally have like 7 Instagrams, so it's just really excessive. But yeah.
Right. Well, if you find one, you can probably find the others.
Yeah, and Heartspace has all the other like platforms. I just always think of only Spotify, but Apple Music, whatever you want to listen on.
Yeah, well, most people listen on Spotify. anyways.
Yeah.
Like the numbers on my album on Spotify versus the numbers on Apple Music.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that too. I was like, oh.
Yeah. But they're there.
They are.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Spotify or Apple Music listeners.
Yeah, come on now, guys.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much. I'm Santiago Ramones.
I'm Madelyn Amacher.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music. Bloom is available now, streaming everywhere. Put it on in the background or show it to your friends so you can all enjoy it together. You can also buy it on Bandcamp and get bonus content so you can sit alone in the dark with your headphones on and listen to the album in its entirety while reading and looking at the bonus content. I also make music with Power Cycle, an experimental electronic trio. Our first completely improvised album, Too Many Damn Cables, is streaming everywhere. To support this podcast, leave reviews, comments, tell your friends about it, and buy my music, because by supporting me, you're supporting the podcast. I always end the podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: Love never fails. It's going to be okay. I might be wrong.